Right then, welcome back to Injured with Gary. I am your host, Gary House, and I have had a disc herniation now for quite a few weeks. If you're just catching up, I have got an LS-S1 disc herniation with right lateral extruded sequestered fragment compressing the transitioning right S1 nerve root. No compression of the chorda equina. Okay. If you don't know what that means, then it basically means the very bottom disc right at the bottom of my vertebrae is herniated. It is either pushing on the nerve that controls my gastrocnemius, my calf muscle, and my big toe a little bit as well. It's either pushing on it or it's completely knackered it, yeah, or like compressed it. That's where we're up to. Last time, a couple of videos you've seen me sat on that sofa just talking to you like a talking head. I thought it might be useful to go through some of the rehab that I've been doing pretty much on a daily basis. So that's replaced any running that I used to do, but it does make me feel like I'm making movements into the right direction, I guess. I am in a lot less pain than I was experiencing in the last couple of videos. I'm pretty much off the pain meds apart from the odd couple of days where I've had an anti-inflammatory. The nerve pain drugs that have been given completely knock me out, so I've pretty much stopped taking those, and I've just dealt with the pain as you do with up and down through life, I guess. Sometimes I'm moving more and it feels okay, sometimes I'm moving less and it hurts a bit more. There's no kind of rhyme or reason for it at the moment. I am due to see the physio tomorrow again, which will be 1 week exactly before I see the surgeon again, which will take us into March the 1st. Did this at the end of December. So yeah, what I will say is any of the exercises or bits of experience that I'm talking about isn't for you to take as advice or maybe go about doing yourself. I mean, you lot know this, right? This is just me sharing my experience with my back injury. So yeah, when I'm moving around sometimes it's the nerve pain that gets me mostly. Yeah, day-to-day life, like I say, much improved in terms of pain, but I struggle a lot sometimes if I've gone to coach the kids football and I've maybe tried to kick a ball. Granted, it's with my left foot and it's just, yeah, it just doesn't like it. So it still doesn't like too much activity. I'm being sensible just because I said I go to the kids football to coach it. I'm just standing there shouting and herding cats, to be honest. But yeah, it's nice to get out. I've been walking the dog lots pretty much daily unless my workload has dictated that I can't. Pretty much just normal daily life. My coaching work is at home anyway, on the laptop 4 or 5 hours a day. So that hasn't changed. What I just have to make sure I'm not doing is staying sedentary for too long. Because when I did the coaching work, when I was training properly and had no issues with my lower back, I would get up, do an hour's work, usually email, say goodbye to the kids, they go off to school, and then I do a training run. That takes us to mid-morning. I come back, start working throughout the day until the kids come home. So now if I'm not careful, I get up, sit on the computer, and I could be there for hours, and I'm either doing coaching work or down some black hole on spine surgeries and things like this. I don't know what the surgeon is going to say on March the 1st. He's either going to offer me surgery or not. I imagine it's probably going to be a lot down to my choice, like I've said before. If it's the case that it's possible to take away this nerve pain or give me back some function in my calf muscle, I'm not scared of the surgery. I'm pretty much going to be taking it on. Yeah, so it's been good to have everyone's experiences and bits of advice and stuff like this, but I've got a good team around me and all I can do is do limited research myself, just because for my own satisfaction, and take the advice from them. So pretty much daily what I do is go over to this wall, and we've just had it painted, so I'm not meant to be touching it. So what should I touch? I'll touch the light switch casing, and I do my calf raises. So I might try and zoom in there, but if I do it at this angle, double leg calf raises, couple of seconds up to the top, couple of seconds down. The movement is coming back in terms of I can get the flexion in my big toe. That was a problem to begin with. Still not 100% right. I haven't got full control. It rolls out quite a lot, but I can do the movement. There's no strength there. The nerve isn't telling it to do anything. Again, This is it on my left foot. If I do a calf raise, nice and strong. This is it on my right leg. Now you can see now, if you've watched any of my other videos, I couldn't get it up at all. That's what she said, but at the moment, it's coming off the floor a little bit. The problem with that is, I don't know if that's coming from down the shin muscles and stuff like that, or any other muscle apart from the gastrocnemius. And that's the one that doesn't work. I know this because if I do a bent knee calf raise, okay, that isolates the soleus, and I can kind of do one. Yeah, so the soleus will work to a certain degree. Okay, the gastrocnemius still hasn't anything there. So I don't know if that's going to just take time for the nerve to regenerate, and it's a lot of time. You're talking a couple of mil, 4 mil every month, and it might have to travel down from my back, so it's a race against time to see how long that takes. You're talking a year plus. Or if we can take away the compression of the nerve through surgery and through solid physio, then maybe it starts to come back. So when it comes to actual exercises, I've got a list of them here from the physio. We start with a hamstring stretch, then we do some nerve glides or slides, whatever you want to call them, pelvic tilt stuff, some scissors, which is very similar, a side plank on knees into the bird dog. So nothing complicated at all, very low level stuff, concentrating on my breathing, focusing on pelvis function. Like I say, this is a bit of an uncomfortable position at the moment. We'll run you through them very quickly. I'm not going to do how many I'm normally doing, but a hamstring stretch has literally been in this position. Keep that nice and loose, pull it back. You all know what a hamstring stretch looks like. When I get that little bit of shake, that's the stretch. Okay, don't need to push it more than that. And then ease off. Pelvic tilt, again, very simple exercise to be honest. Bringing my knees in, hopefully you can still hear me. Important bit is here, I'm looking to lower my back into the ground. Okay, bring my heels up. People will say engage your core or whatever, but I'm just bringing the navel in a little bit and then bringing up into that nice bridge. Really focusing on glutes. And then I roll the vertebrae down, back to the start position. That's got a lot easier as the weeks have gone past. Next exciting movement I've got to be doing is called the scissors. Let's see if that camera picks me up okay. Back on my floor again. I'm gonna bring my navel in, keep that nice and firm, engage your core, whatever you want to call it. You're not really engaging core here, you're just keeping those muscles nice and tight. Bringing one leg in and then down again. So what I'm trying not to do is, if I show you on the other leg, this is my bad leg. If I bring it in, don't want it to be out here, and I don't want it to be across the midline of my body. I want to keep it in this nice plane of motion there. We're calling these scissors. Now I used to be pretty good at the side plank, but yeah, this injury has kind of taken that away from me. I'm looking to get my shoulder over my elbow, and I'm bringing it up here, and then we're doing some clams. Okay, I'm trying not to roll out with the movement. I'm trying to keep my pelvis stacked. If anyone's seen my hip and pelvis or glute kind of workout, you'll be familiar with this one. So it was good to see the physio bring this in. This is my good side. Okay, I've got a good amount of strength through there. Not struggling with these too much. So on my injured side, let's call it. Not sure where I'm up to with this, if I'm honest. So just getting up to here, it's very restricted. I say very restricted, it just feels a lot weaker. And when I go into my clam, I have to really think about it. You know, if I was doing these on my own, I would take a little bit more time to get into position maybe, but just so you can see how much I'm struggling on this one compared to the other side. Now, I'm not in any pain or anything, it's just a weakness now. And yeah, and whatever's happening, obviously the nerve signals aren't happening in certain areas. I struggle to even get in the position without really thinking about it. So this is one I've been really focusing on, because like I say, I used to be pretty good at these. And considering I had a disc herniation and it's broken off and it's pushing on a nerve, I'm just glad I can get these low-level exercises done, to be honest. Yeah, I try and move around as much as I can. What else have we got in terms of exercises? Don't want to bore you too much with these. Yeah, the bird dog. This will be good because I've got the camera rolling. So I've been using a mirror when possible, because physio was very adamant in the fact that I have to kind of control these a bit. You'll have seen these movements before, but maybe if I took this in a bit, don't panic. It's just so that you can see my gut and the control of it. Bird dog, you can just get in this position and start doing a bird dog like this, but are you actually doing it correctly? So what we want is to really get that position first and then bring it out slowly, so there's not much movement around in the pelvis area. Okay, again, these might look slightly better if you lot weren't watching, so I'd take a bit more time, but yeah, out. Keeping this navel tight. And out again. Again, I've got no pain doing these. It's just a restriction in movement, particularly here. And it starts to want to roll out and stuff like this. So yeah, this isn't an instructional video on what to do if you've herniated a disc in your back, like I've already pointed out. I'm just going through the examples of what I'm doing on a daily basis to get myself back to fully functioning, or functioning. I've had lots of questions about when I think I'll be back running and stuff like this, and you honestly just have to, for me, I'm just looking for improvements every day, improvements in these exercises that I'm doing, improvements in mobility. Can I drive the kids to school without limping around? Because that was a bit of an issue at first. Let me give you an example of that. So lastly, I will just point out that the walking issue that I had, whereas I'd be walking along and this would start to happen. Yeah, I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but not much. That was my limp. That has got a little bit better. So what we've been doing is working on walking very slowly, heel to toe, and really focusing in on that toe as being, and that big toe as being an anchor. But what's really helped, I think, retrain the walking pattern is we've been doing some backwards walking. So if I do a backwards walk, there's no other way that I have to get my big toe down. Yeah, it is as simple as that as an exercise. But again, in the first couple of weeks, that wasn't possible. I couldn't get the flexion in the big toe. And even now, it sticks sometimes. So you can imagine, for me as a runner, that needs to come back. And I've got no, well, there's nothing, it's useless, the gastrocnemius. So running is completely off the table, as well as most forms of exercise. If everything goes well with the physio tomorrow, I'm gonna get in the pool next week, just do a bit of swimming, because I'm at a low level discomfort now that I feel like if it wasn't for the calf issue and the nerve issue, I'd be doing some exercise and just working on my lower back strength and all that kind of stuff. So I might see if I can get in the pool. Riding a bike might be possible at some point. Just bought some golf balls and golf crap, so I need to get out on the course at some point. Swinging actually feels okay. I've tried it in the back garden. So rotation is okay. It's compression that it doesn't like. But yeah, I'll wait for the weather to improve, I think, before I start playing shit golf. That's about it. So next week, a week tomorrow, it'll be March the 1st, and I'm going in to see the surgeon. I'm quite excited to see what will happen. Maybe nothing will happen. But if there's a chance to take away that nerve pain, and I just have to wait for nerve regeneration, then at least I kind of know where we're at. If I go in and we're just monitoring it still, it's just more the same, I imagine. But yeah, that is where I'm at. I will see you on the next video.